My name is Eric Jensen. I am a craftsman carpenter. I am 28 years old. I stand 6'2" and weigh just over 200 pounds. I'm not bragging, but I'm very good at my job. I know all aspects of home construction. I can pour cement, frame, roof, trim, run wires, and do plumbing. I do best with a frame. I have a few tricks. I can study a drawing in a few minutes and remember all the dimensions. This gives me an advantage because I don't have to keep going back and looking. I can also hammer nails with both hands. My wife is Sarah. She is 5 feet 3 inches tall and weighs 115 pounds. She is half Irish with red hair and green eyes. She has perfect fair skin and is built like a lingerie model. We have been married for 5 years. I met her on a blind date. Yes, you can imagine. She was a friend of the wife of one of my colleagues. We hit it off immediately. By the third date, we were fucking crazy. 9 months later, we got married. She works as a real estate agent. We both made good money and didn't need anything. I have a brother who lives in Florida. He moved there to be near our mother. Our father died 2 years ago. Big C took it. Mom was very worried, and Gary was transferred to another office near her. She lives in their guest house. Gary is 2 years older than me. He is married and has 2 beautiful children. Mom spoils them like crazy. His wife, Amy, is a real estate broker for a national company. He does sales and is very good at it. He can sell ice to the Eskimos. I worked for one person in the San Diego area. He tried to start a business building houses in cottage communities. He was a good carpenter, but not a very good businessman. 6 months later, he went bankrupt. Yes, I was left without work. I decided to take some time off and do some chores that I had been putting off. After a few days, my wife started looking at me, so I decided it was time. I went looking for a job. I'm driving my Dodge 3/4 dually. It has side cabinets to store and lock all my tools. I found an area that was half finished. I ask everyone who is in charge here. Hi, my name is Eric. Do you need help? What can you do? All. He looks at me and smiles. I need a farmer. Will you pull it? Can I audition? He leads me to the slab, ready to be framed. He gives me the plans and says, "Show me." I don't say a word. I look at the plans for a few minutes, then go to my truck and get out my tools. I come back and say, "Bring me a unit of 2x4 and nails." He looks at my tool belt and sees 2 hammers. These are 32-ounce framing hammers. He doesn't say anything. He waves to the forklift driver and tells him to bring me some lumber. I quickly lay out the boards and start working. I keep my head down and concentrate on my work. I worked for about an hour, switching hands with a hammer. Yes, I was showing off, but I needed a job. He must have been impressed. He shouts to me, "Hey, Eric." I look up and see 4 other guys standing next to him. They are all smiling. "Tomorrow morning at dawn." He turns and leaves. I have a job. I knew Sarah's work hours were short, so I called her. "Hi, baby. I found a job and am going home." When I use the phrase, "on my way home," she knows that sex is waiting for her. We're playing a little game. She was hiding somewhere in the house. I looked for her, pulled her out, and took her right on the floor. We both really enjoyed it. She was a passionate woman, and I had to work hard to keep up with her. I pull into the driveway and jump out. I open the door and go in. "I'm home, honey. You know what will happen when I find you." I take off all my clothes and start looking in all the usual hiding places. Finally, I found it in the closet in the bedroom. We hug and kiss for a while right on the carpet. Finally, I let her rise. "You are a beast. You just walk in and take what you want, right?" "Yes, and you're exactly what I want. I thought we'd celebrate my new job." "Oh yeah, I hope you find another new job tomorrow. Let's go out to dinner and dance tonight." "You're right, big guy, and you owe me a new closet door." The next morning, I came to work. Looking around, I see that John knows his stuff. It is well organized and has good employees. It looks like a production line. His crews are the right size so that when one crew finishes, the next crew needed is just finishing. I later learned that he gives cash bonuses if work is ahead of schedule. Sometimes he would show up with a couple of cases of beer at the end of the day. He takes good care of his crews, and they work hard for him. I work for him all spring, summer, and fall. I've accumulated a nice nest. I keep bonus money in a tin in the garage. I'm planning a surprise for Sarah, a vacation to Hawaii. I have about $3,000 saved up. One day we are all at work, but due to a lightning storm, the entire area has turned into a mud swamp. No equipment could work. We're waiting for John to arrive, and I'm sitting under the frame of a covered house with a few other guys. We drink coffee and tell stories. My mobile is ringing. Hello. Eric, this is Amy. How are you and Sarah doing? Damn it, Amy. Haven't heard from them for 100 years. We are fine. How are Mom, Gary, and the kids? We are fine. Guess what? Are you pregnant again? No, stupid. I am in the city. I'm here at a seminar. Can we have lunch together? Certainly. I'll call Sarah and we'll meet with you. Where are you? She tells me the hotel, and I call Sarah at home. She said that she has no clients today. She doesn't answer, and the answering machine picks up the call. I don't leave a message. I try to call her cell phone, but it goes to voicemail. She probably went shopping and forgot her phone. I plan for Amy and I to meet for dinner. I'll tell her when I get home. An hour later, John appears and sends us all home. I'm heading to Amy's hotel. Entering the restaurant, I see Marcy sitting with her friends. I ignore her and look for Amy. A little about Marcy. I call her Nose. She sticks her damn nose into everything. She is also the biggest gossip on the planet. As you can imagine, we don't get along very well. She's friends with my wife for some strange reason. They are different, like chalk and cheese. Marcy just went through a difficult divorce. He, the old man, got tired of her and left. This makes her very sad. I heard her talk to Sarah about it. How could that asshole leave me? I'm a great wife, blah, blah, blah. I'm surprised they lasted this long. Anyway, I find Amy, we hug, and she gives me a quick kiss on the lips. There is nothing unusual about this. She's just a girl who loves to kiss and likes the hell out of Gary. We'll have a good lunch, and we'll do everything in time. She has an appointment, so I walk her to the elevator. As we leave the restaurant, I notice Marcy looking at us. She's going to break her neck to look good. I see her out of the corner of my eye, and I just keep walking. Of course, Amy holds my hand tightly. A quick hug and kiss, and Amy steps into the elevator. I get out, get in the truck, and drive away. I decided to stop by my favorite watering hole and have a couple of beers. I have a couple of beers and chat with some guys I know. 3 hours later, I get up and leave. I pull into the driveway and park. I walk in, and the house is empty. I look into the garage, and Sarah's car is gone. I go to the bedroom and change into shorts and a t-shirt. Returning to the office, I went to turn on the TV. I decided to call her on her mobile. Hello. Hi, baby. Where are you? I'm with my mother. She's not feeling well. I hope it's nothing serious. I don't know. I'll stay the night. I'll call you tomorrow and let you know what happened. Okay? Tell her to get better. Goodbye, Eric. I notice that she sounds a little strange. I chalk it up to her mom being sick. I go to the kitchen and prepare a snack. I sit back and watch the movie. I wake up later and go to bed. The next morning, I wake up and reach out to Sarah. I need to get rid of the morning wood. My forest and I are disappointed. I take a shower and make coffee. The weather is still lousy, so I know I have the day off. I kill some time and decide to call Amy. Hello. Hi, baby. How is your mom? I'll take her to the doctor. Damn it. Do you need help? I have a day off today. No, I'll deal with it. This tension is there, but it is stronger. Again, I think it's just because her mom is sick. Okay, call me if you need anything. Goodbye, Eric. I laze around for the rest of the day. Nothing but crap on TV. There aren't even any good games. After dinner, I decide to turn on my laptop and watch some porn. Before I can open my favorite website, I see an email. This is from Sarah and comes with a video. I double-click on it and the bedroom appears. In the background is a large double four-poster bed. What the hell is this? I see Sarah standing in front of the camera with her hands on her hips. She is completely naked. You're a dirty, cheating son of a bitch. How dare you cheat on me? I'll show you, son of a bitch. Just watch, damn it. The camera pans around, and I see two black guys sitting on the couch. She approaches them and turns around. I went into shock and hit the pause button. This woman has gone crazy. I would never cheat on her. My brain is going haywire. My stomach churns, and I run to the bathroom to eat dinner. I hug the toilet for a few minutes and finally work up the strength to stand up. I wash my face with cold water and go back to see what the hell is in the video. I press play. This is Leon and Tyrone. I'm going to have sex with them, and you watch, you cheating bastard. No, Sarah, do not do that. Please, no, no. I sit in a stupor and watch her undress. I can't form words. All I can think is, don't do this. Please, do not do that. I watch in complete shock as she leads them both to the bed. I sit and watch and tears come. I can hardly see the screen. I press the stop button. Her viciousness shakes me to the core. I knew she had a short temper, but nothing like that. This goes far beyond revenge. I'm trying to regain some control over myself. She thinks I cheated on her. Then it dawned on me. Yesterday I was with Amy, and that bitch Marcy saw us. The damn bitch couldn't wait to call her. The man-hater convinced her that I was cheating. My eyes keep returning to the laptop screen. I don't know if I want to see the rest or not. I slam the lid and take a bottle of whiskey from the wine cabinet. I don't bother with the glass. I drink myself into unconsciousness. The next morning I woke up and tried to move. Everything hurts. My head feels like someone has driven 2 nails into my temples, and my mouth tastes like the bottom of a bird cage. Well done, asshole. Your problems are still here, and you've just added a little more beauty to the hangover. I promise God I will never do this again. I waddle into the bathroom and eat an armful of aspirin. I fall into the shower and let the hot water run over my aching body. I dry myself and go to the kitchen. I pour some coffee and sit down at the table. Crap. What a load of crap came through my pipeline, and it all landed in my lap. I lost the love of my life and the best sex on the planet. She slept with 2 guys and made a video for me. I'm surprised she didn't come to me and ask about it. I could explain it, and we could go out to dinner, and everything would be great. Instead, she listens to man-hater Marcy. Nice pile of crap. I am sitting. The aspirin works, and I feel a little better. Marcy. I'm sitting in a hotel restaurant with 2 friends. It's been a month since my divorce was final, and I'm still angry about it. My asshole husband just unexpectedly ordered me to serve him. He never told me why. The newspapers wrote some irreconcilable nonsense. My friends have been by my side since all my suffering began. I don't know what I would do without them. We're sitting here chatting, and I see Eric walk by. He heads to the bar. I wonder what he's doing in a hotel bar in the middle of the day. I know nothing good can come from this. He is a carpenter. For what reason could he be here? I'll keep an eye on you. 45 minutes later, I see him come out with a beautiful woman in his arms. They laugh and have a great time. They herd around the corner to the elevators. By the time I get there, they're both gone. It becomes clear to me. This bastard is cheating on my friend. I quickly called Sarah. Hello. Sarah, whatever you are doing, stop it and come to my house. I have something terrible to tell you. What happened, Marcy? Something happened? Not on the phone. This needs to be discussed in person. I can be with you in 15 minutes. Okay, bye. As I drive up to my house, I see Sarah pull over to the side of the road. We both got out of the cars. What's so terrible that we need to meet so urgently? You sounded like you were in a panic. Come inside. Let's not discuss this on the street. Sarah sits down at the kitchen table, and I pour 2 glasses of wine. I was at the Radisson for lunch with Trixie and Jane. I saw Eric enter the bar. I knew this was not good. Why would a carpenter go to a bar in the middle of the day? Later, I saw him coming out with some blonde on his arm. They laughed and hugged like old friends. They went to the elevators, and I didn't have time to reach them to see which floor they went to. I saw that the indicator stopped on the 3rd floor. I realized that they went there to have sex. That dirty bastard. How could he do this to me? I have been the perfect wife for him all these years. I'll cut off what's between his legs, that bastard. I see tears running down her cheeks. I ran for a box of tissues. What a bastard he is. You have a lot of trump cards. The way they acted suggests that they had been having sex for a long time. What are the trump cards? He cheated on you. Now you can take someone else for revenge. We must come up with a revenge plan for him. Take revenge on this little rat. Great idea. I want him to feel the pain that I feel. What can we do? I have an idea. You do it with someone, and we'll make a video for it. Then we'll send it to him by mail. Find someone with more dignity than him. Men are always worried about their size. Okay, who do we take? I don't know anyone like that. I remember 2 guys who were at a friend's bachelor party. They're both huge. I'll call her and get their numbers. They're both black. This will add more pain to this bastard. You could take them both. Oh my God, I've never slept with a black man, let alone 2. This will be the revenge of the century. Let's do it. I want it to burn. Okay, I'll arrange everything. I have a high-quality video camera. I'll film this for you. All you have to do is open your legs. They'll do the rest. This will be so cool. I wish I could be a fly on the wall to see his reaction when he sees it. I'm ready to go, so I call John. How are things at the station, John? It's still a little damp. We should be fine in 2 days. Okay, see you there. Despite all the problems that have befallen me, I cannot let him down. I need to get all my things together and show up at work. I spent the rest of the day recovering. I drink a lot of water and eat several nutritious meals. By the end of the day, I feel almost normal. All this time, I'm trying to decide what to do. It really hurts me that my wife ruined a perfect marriage. I'm really mad at fucking Marcy. I'd like to break her face, but I know she's not worth going to jail. I need a lawyer to protect my interests. I look through the yellow pages and pick one. I called and made an appointment. He had a great appointment and can see me tomorrow. I really don't want to take drastic measures, but I need to do something. I'll think about it later. I know our marriage is over, and I will have to move on. The next day, I went to his office. I tell him all my details and show him a copy of the video. Damn it, she's really mad at you. I've been doing this for a long time, but I've never seen anything like it. Well, she has a friend who hates men. I'm sure it was she who put her up to it. Wow, what a friendship. Whatever she asks, I just want to split it equally and no alimony. She earns about the same as me. There are no children, so everything should go quickly. Everything will be signed, and in 90 days, everything will be final. 2 days later, I hammer in nails. Each nail is Marcy's head. I break it again and again. I look up and see a guy in a suit looking around. He approaches John and says something. John points at me, and he walks towards me. I know what he's going to do. Are you Eric Jensen? Yes. He hands me a manila envelope and says, "It has been delivered to you." He turns around and leaves. John comes up to me. What was it? I just received divorce papers. Sarah and I are breaking up. What? I thought you were doing well. I thought so too. After this is all over, I'll probably leave here. I will stay with you until this work is finished. Then I leave. Understood. We will miss you. You are one of my best workers. I'll give you a recommendation. You probably don't need it, but I'll do it anyway. You're good enough to get a job anywhere. Thanks, John. It was a pleasure working with you. I will miss you too. Where are you planning to go? Do not know yet. Maybe north. I know a guy in Healdsburg. It's north of San Francisco on Highway 101. Maybe you can work with him. I'll give you his name and number. He's my old friend. Thank you. It may be quite far away. We met with both lawyers. Sarah wants a house and child support. We offer having house sale and no alimony. Her lawyer advises her to agree. He says that if it goes to court, everything will be divided equally anyway, so there is no point in asking for more. I make one last attempt to explain what happened. I'm not doing this for a possible reconciliation. I just want her to understand how wrong she was. She calls me a liar and a homewrecker. I give up this idea and go home. I begin to carry out my plan of revenge. I'm going to use video. I'm loading a video into my movie-making program. I cut out everything except her sex with two guys. I rummage through her desk and find the backup disk. I copy all of her email addresses into my email program. I plan to send this to everyone she knows. In 2 months, we are finishing the project. I get my last paycheck and bonus and go home. The house is sold and I have a week to move out. The divorce is finalized and I haven't heard a word from Sarah. This is even better. I decided not to wait any longer. I load up all my tools and personal belongings. With one last look, I'm leaving. As I head north on I-5, I feel liberated. With every mile, the weight on your shoulders becomes lighter. Sarah is in the past, and it's behind me. I have a good amount under my seat. With cash and money from selling my house, I have just over $250,000 and an unpleasant aftertaste. I think a little mouthwash will fix it. I drive into the outskirts of Healdsburg, find a relatively decent motel and check in. I connect to the motel's Wi-Fi and open my email program. I start a new letter and write in the subject, "How to End a Marriage." I include all the addresses that I found on her disk. I attached the edited video and clicked send. I think it would be interesting to be a fly on the wall as she explains this to her friends and family. With a smug smile, I unpack. I notice Denny's while staying at a motel. I go there to have a snack and return to my room. I watch TV and fall asleep. The next morning, I start looking for an apartment and find a cozy, furnished 2-room apartment in a good area. I move over and go meet the man John recommended to me. He doesn't have a job yet, but he is participating in a tender for the construction of a cottage community of 50 houses. 2 weeks later, his bid was accepted. He brings in surveyors and excavators, and the site is ready to go. All the houses are on slabs, and he immediately hires cement workers and plumbers. After 2 weeks, lumber begins to arrive. I started working. He has trouble recruiting qualified carpenters, so I have to take some under my wing and train them. It's slowing me down, but the work is progressing. On weekends, I start looking for a house to buy. I found a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house on 5 acres that needs some renovation. It belonged to an elderly couple. They became too old to care for him, so the children took them in and put the house up for sale. There's a 2-acre vineyard there that's in poor condition. I don't know anything about grapes, so I leave them alone. I buy a house for pennies. Quiet and peaceful place. I work on it on the weekends and get it in order. It needed a new roof, drywall, and new kitchen and bathrooms. Finally, I'm moving. Keeping busy helped me get rid of pain and anger. My depression is going away, and I'm finally starting to feel good. Time to start looking for something new. Palm and her 5 daughters can't cope anymore. Several guys tell me about the Indian casinos up north. They say the Shokawa Casino near Hopland serves good food. I decided to try it first. After enjoying a good steak, I head to the blackjack tables. I'm not a tall player and haven't played much, but I know the basics. Watching the tables to see which dealers are winning, I notice a cute little blonde talking to the shift supervisor. A seat opens at one of the tables and I sit down. This is a table with a minimum bet of $5. I bought $100 worth of chips. 5 minutes later, the little blonde takes the dealer's seat. When I look at her, she notices this and smiles. I see her name Brenda. I like her, and in my mind, I think that I would like to seduce her. I notice that she is not wearing a wedding ring. Hi, Brenda. Please be gentle with me. She smiles and says, we'll see. 20 minutes later, I bought another $100. I try to bet on her, but my luck doesn't change, although I attract her attention. On the third buyout, I notice that she is also looking at me. She does it carefully, but I watch her out of the corner of my eye. I decide that I've had enough and take the chips. I leave her a $20 tip and head to the cash register. I cash out the chips and head home. On the way home, I think about her. She seemed nice to me, even when she took my money. Maybe, just maybe. 2 days later, after work, I returned. I found her desk and bought another $100. We smile at each other and start playing. Over the next half hour, I catch some lucky cards, and we both win. I continue to bet on her, knowing that she will notice. Before she goes on break, she asks my name. I give her my best smile and tell her my name. Over the next month, I will go there about twice a week. She is friendly with me and greets me by name. One evening, as I was leaving, I wrote a note and put it in a pile of 4 red chips. I passed this on to her. She smiles, taps them, and puts them in her shirt pocket. The note reads, "Call me for dinner and chat." On Friday evening, my phone rings. Hello. Hello. Is it Eric, or is this some kind of joke? I'm not kidding. So you want to go out to dinner, huh? I couldn't resist such a beautiful lady. The answer is yes. Are you ready? You seem like a nice guy. Let's try. Okay, make a reservation at your favorite place for tomorrow night. We'll meet there. Okay, I'll send you a message with the location and time. Great, see you there. Goodbye. I do a little happy dance around my living room. When I go to a meeting, I think it was a good move to meet there. We'll both have the option to leave if things don't work out. I walk inside and see her sitting in the waiting area. She looks at me and smiles. Of course, I answered her with a smile. The second thing I notice is that she looks much better in regular clothes than in her dealer's work uniform. She is wearing a short denim miniskirt. God bless whoever invented it. She wears a sheer white blouse, through which her lace bra is visible. Hi, Brenda. Nice to see you outside the casino. Hi, Eric. I like to get out sometimes. Dealing is a pretty stressful job. There aren't many places where you work under constant camera surveillance. We followed the hostess to our table. Okay, what's your favorite wine? White will do. How about a white zine? Okay, then let's order seafood. We drink wine and look at the menu. She orders the seafood combo, and I order the shrimp. We have light, casual conversations while eating. About 30 minutes later during dinner, her phone rings. I'm sorry, I need to answer this call. She answers, and all I hear are short answers. Yes, no, yes, yes, goodbye. I smile and ask her, was that your getaway call? Okay, you got me. It was him. I don't see you running towards the door. We both laugh. Not yet. By the way, when will yours arrive? I don't have a set one. I think I can just run away if I have to. I don't see you running either. As they say, my mother did not raise fools. We end the evening with a pleasant, relaxed conversation. I notice that she is nice to talk to. She smiles a lot and has a good sense of humor. What I see most is that she seems confident and doesn't act pretentious. I walk with her to her car. She turns and puts her hands on my shoulders. I put my arm around her waist and pulled her towards me. She wraps her arms around my neck and we hug. She leans back and gives me a quick kiss on the lipsy. Thank you for a pleasant evening, Eric. Thank you too. Was it enjoyable enough to repeat? Yes, it was. Let's try again next week. I quickly kiss her on the lips and watch her get into the car. I feel as if my feet are not touching the ground. I stand and watch her drive away. I feel like something good can come out of this. The next few dates will tell. On Monday at work, all the guys notice my change in mood. I get a lot of comments about getting laid and falling in love. I just smile and keep working. Finally, they calm down. On Tuesday evening, I will go to the casino again. I sit down at Brenda's table and buy $500 worth of chips. She looks at me curiously and pushes my chips towards me. I'll trade 1 green for 5 reds. I bet 2 green and 1 red for her. She looks at me and smiles. She deals me blackjack. She pays my $75 and $7.50 for herself. A good start. Let's continue like this. She just smiles. I win the next 3 hands. I stay at about the same level throughout the evening. I just smile at her and leave the casino. On Wednesday, I asked to leave work early and go looking for cars. I found a BMW dealership. I found a nice 2-year-old 2-door car. I pay via bank transfer. I instructed them to call the detailing service to pick it up. 3 hours later, they call and say everything is ready. I ask them to deliver the car and tell them I'll take their guy back. I am now the proud owner of a nice, clean BMW. I don't go to the casino for the rest of the week. On Thursday evening, I sent her a message. Friday evening, dinner and dancing. Write the place and time. 10 minutes later, I received an answer. Pick me up at 6. And her address. I pull up to the sidewalk in front of her house. I go to the door. She opens the door and my mouth opens. She is the epitome of beauty. The burgundy dress hugs her figure. The hem reaches mid-thigh. Thin straps hold it in place. There's something about blondes in burgundy dresses that lifts my spirits. Eric, my eyes are here. I know. Just enjoying the view. I'll get to them in a minute. We both laugh. We should have taken a weapon. I'm going to have to fight guys off all night. Don't worry. I only dance with my boyfriend. I'm driving, she's directing. We enjoy a nice dinner and head to the dance floor. The hostess seats us, and I order a carafe of white zine. We sip and chat for a few minutes. Fast music starts, and I lead her to the dance floor. I'm not a super dancer, but I keep up. After 3 songs, we return to the table. Great idea, Eric. I haven't gone dancing for a long time. It's been a long time for me, too. You can probably tell by my movements. You did great. You have nothing to be ashamed of. A slow set begins, and I take her hand. Her firm breasts press against my chest. I lean over and kiss her. She holds on and kisses back. Our breathing quickens. The music ends, and I don't notice. She pats me lightly, bringing me back to reality. She leads me back to the table. She looks at me, and I see it in her eyes. I lean over and whisper in her ear. Go to the women's room and take off your panties. Bring them to me. Her eyes widen, and she smiles a mischievous smile. Without a word, she gets up and leaves. A few minutes later, he returns. She smiles and hands me the panties. I feel so naughty. You're a bad boy for suggesting this. You are naughty. I like this woman. You are a bad boy. I like that in a man. We dance 3 more slow songs and return to the table. Let's get out of here, naughty girl. She just smiles. We go to the bar and I pay the bill. When we get to my car, I lightly slap her on the butt. She squeaked and jumped a little. She turns around and I hug her. We kissed for a few minutes. I lift her dress and hold her bare buttocks. She moans in my mouth. She pushes away and looks at me. Eric, take me to your home and make love to me. Make me feel like a woman. It's been so long. I just smile and help her into the car. While we're driving, I make a suggestion. Do you want to be even naughtier? What do you mean? Dark. Take off your dress. Let's go to my house naked. Oh my God, Eric. You're really bad. She thinks for a minute and slowly removes the dress over her head. So, like this? Perfect. Now the main thing is to get home without getting into an accident. I keep glancing at her as I drive. She is wearing only black stockings and high heels. You need to be mischievous too. Take off your clothes. You'll have to help me. I'm driving. The 2 of us take off my shirt and pull my pants down to my ankles. She bends down and takes off 1 shoe, then pulls 1 leg out of her pants. She does the same with the other leg, and I am completely naked. Now it is better. Now focus on driving. She reaches across the console and takes my dick. She begins to caress him until when we arrive at my house, I get out of the car and walk around it to open the door. She jumps into my arms, wrapping her legs around my waist. We are having sex. We hug and kiss for a while and fall asleep. I woke up the next morning to find myself alone in bed. I hear sounds in the kitchen. The smell of frying bacon whets my appetite. I stretch and climb out of bed. I defecate, brush my teeth, and shower. I smile, washing off the sperm and vaginal juice. I dry myself and quickly shave. I stand in the kitchen doorway and look at Brenda. I didn't have a chance to take a close look at her body. I was too busy last night. She stands with her back to me, doing something at the stove. Her naked buttocks attract my attention first. They're a little wider than ideal, but they look damn sexy. Yesterday evening comes to mind when I remember how held her bare buttocks as we kissed near her car. Two lovely handfuls. She seems to have heard me, turns around and smiles. "Good morning, bad boy. Are you enjoying the view?" "Yes, and the view is very nice. You have great buttocks. The whole package looks pretty good, though." "Stop staring at me and sit down." "Okay, I'll sit down, but I won't stop watching." She smiles and pours me a cup of coffee. She hugs me, pressing me to her full chest. "Eat first. Then you can play. You need to gain strength. You'll need it. I'm going to take you until you lose your breath today." "You're threatening me with a good time again." I spank her butt, and she sits down. We both start eating. I notice that she is looking at me carefully. "Something on your mind, baby?" "I just want to know what baggage you carry with you. We all have our baggage, you know." "Yes, I have some. I had a difficult divorce a while ago, but I almost got through it. It's just a bad memory now." "Do you want to tell me about it?" "Do you want to hear this?" "Maybe we should compare our stories. This can help us understand each other better." Okay, here it begins. My wife had a friend who hated men. She saw me in the hotel restaurant with my sister-in-law. She came to the city for a seminar and called me. Anyway, this friend couldn't wait to tell my wife about it. It was obvious that I had come there to deceive. She worked all day on my wife and convinced her. Instead of asking me, my wife found two black guys and filmed her having sex with them. I think it was her idea of revenge. She wanted to hurt me. She mailed it to me. She still didn't believe it when I told her that this woman was my sister-in-law. I was in a bad place for a while. The rest is history. We divided everything equally, and I moved here. Wow, it's horrible. How could she not ask you first? That bitch friend was a problem. She played on my wife's feelings like a cheap violin. It was a little over a year ago. Everything is fine now. What about your story? Not exactly like yours. I came home early one day and found my husband in the living room having his boyfriend. I never suspected that he was bisexual. It was easy to walk away from this. We didn't have children or much property, so everything went quickly. It was 2 years ago. I got over it quickly. I still keep this image in my head. Now I laugh about it when I think about it. I bet your mouth dropped open when you saw that. I can imagine you standing there, silent. Okay, enough about the bad stuff. Let's clean up the kitchen and get back to business. Good idea. We spend the next 2 days trying to wear each other down with sex. We are almost successful. On Sunday evening, I take her home. We kiss goodbye and promise to meet as soon as possible. Over the next few months, Brenda and I grew closer and closer. We confess our love to each other, and she moves in with me. She keeps her job at the casino. She doesn't want to sit at home alone all day. She manages to move to the day shift and is soon promoted to shift supervisor. 6 months after she moved in, we decided to get married and start a family. 2 months later, she misses her period and our beautiful 7lb3 Oz baby boy is born. She quits her job and 10 months later our beautiful 6lb10 Oz baby girl is born. We decided 2 are enough to keep her occupied and I had a vasectomy. I lose contact with all my friends in San Diego and never hear a word about Sarah. I suspect that Marcy turned her into a man-hater like herself. It would be a shame if that happened. She could be a very loving wife. Brenda and I plan to retire and grow old together, watching our grandchildren play in the yard. And subscribe to our channel so that your love doesn't cheat on you, and go ahead and listen to the next story, because this story is nothing compared to the next one. If you're under 18, don't even think click to the next one.